In last week's video, we hit up Overland Expo West 2022, and it was awesome. If you missed that video, you're going to want to check it out. But today, I want to circle back and highlight some of my favorite rigs from the expo. They're in no particular order, but I saved my favorite two for the end, so you'll want to stick around for that. Wherever you're watching from today, welcome. I'm Caleb, and this is 4x-Trail. Before we dive into today's video, I just want to invite you to hit that subscribe button. If you like overlanding, off-roading, building up your rig, going out and exploring with friends and family, that's the type of content we do here on the channel, and I'd love to have you part of the 4x-Trail team. It's a free way for you to get great content that'll hopefully inspire you, and it really does help support the channel. So thanks in advance for subscribing today. All right, let's check out these awesome rigs. Starting off, we have this amazing custom-fabbed International Scout. I was chatting with the owner and he said it's one of the only extended cab Scouts out there because they only came in a single from the factory. I appreciate how clean they've kept this build. It's very much a resto mod that's been nicely updated and equipped to handle some off-grid adventures without compromising the original DNA. Check out that huge slider in the bed. It's very cool. They said they had to fab a lot of the parts for this build due to limited availability. I believe he said this bed rack was a modified Lightner rack from a Tacoma. I love how clean the front bumper is with the sunken winch mount, the integrated LED lights. The KC headlights are a super nice touch as well, and the roof rack with the KC bar up there. This was just a really clean, awesome vintage build. Next is this Alucab Land Cruiser conversion, or Troopy as these are called overseas. If you've followed the channel for a while, you probably know I appreciate understated builds. The fact that this thing is monochromatic and color matched in this super cool cement color just gives it such a clean, understated look. There's obviously a lot going on here. This reminds me a lot of the Maltec conversion that I featured in last year's Expo video. It was actually parked in the exact same location as this build. But there was very little info available on this one. No owner around to chat with, but man, I love the attention to detail on this thing. The integrated steps, all the storage possibilities, and things like these remote pneumatic connections. A lot of nice workmanship went into this thing, and it's one of those vehicles you could see yourself just take off grid for months at a time and be super comfortable in. This 90s era long Arm F250 was pretty amazing in person. A ton of detail was put into this quad cab full-size truck. We thought it was a Power Stroke at first, but when they started it up, we were a little disappointed to hear the sound of a gasoline engine. But still, this truck looked SEMA ready and had some really nice accessories to make any off-road adventure more enjoyable. And you gotta love this yellow K5 Blazer that belongs to Ryan, or DirtStar2002 on Instagram. You've probably seen this truck in some videos before, and I just appreciate how original he's kept this build. A true vintage overlander. This K5 brought back great memories of my grandfather's fire orange 72 Chevy 4x4 that I grew up driving on the farm. Speaking of vehicles you may have seen off-road in some other videos, this is the Center Force Scout that's been nicely upgraded for off-road use. It's definitely a little rough around the edges and has a lot of character, but it's powered by a Cummins diesel linked to a Tremec 5-speed. I bet this thing is a ton of fun out on the trail. This incredible Lexus badged V8 Land Cruiser was fully kitted out, and it looked like a vehicle you could live out of full time if you needed to. I thought the two-door was pretty unique too, and I'm wishing I had taken some time to chat with the owners and find out more info. Any of you out there who know more about this build, drop some info in the comments. This thing was super legit. This Colorado bed conversion was super clean and provided a ton of options for storage. Would you take a microwave and a Keurig off-grid if you could? Let me know in the comments. Not a huge fan of the Colorados in general, but this build was super nice and looked really capable. This 4th gen 4Runner was super rad. It was fun talking with the owner, hearing how he had set this thing up to actually compete in the Ultra 4 races. He started in the junior categories, then worked his way up, and just fun seeing like a caged out, radical suspension and bodywork 4Runner. And then you look up at the top and there's a rooftop tent up there. It's just a cool clash of genres in this 4Runner build. I love a well-restored vintage Land Cruiser, and this one ticked a lot of boxes for me. It's like stepping back in time, just walking around a rig like this. I appreciated all the attention to detail on this old Toyota Resto. When it comes to seriously capable trucks, it'd be hard to beat this Gladiator on 40s from Relentless Fabrication. This truck looked great in person and featured a Go Fast Camper's cab and rooftop tent, and a ton of other very capable modifications. Definitely the coolest Gladiator at the Expo, in my opinion. But my favorite truck at the Expo this year was this super clean 1st Gen Tacoma, also by Relentless Fabrication. You don't see many black extended cab 1st Gens period, and I thought the way they approached this build with the high clearance bumpers, with the swing out, bed rack, and KC lighting was very tasteful, and it made for just a great looking old school meets new school Tacoma. But now to my all-around favorite vehicle from this year's Expo, this diesel-powered 4-door Willys CJ Jeep thing by Caliber Creations, called the Caliber J1. I don't even know where to start with this thing, except to say it was built on a 3/4 ton truck frame, and this thing was super imposing to look at and just to walk around. I mean, it's huge. It looked like nothing I'd ever seen before. The builder apparently crafted this vehicle from multiple Jeeps and other vehicles, and it was actually built right here in Arizona, which I thought was pretty cool. I'll leave a link with some more info on this crazy build in the video description below. Definitely go check that out. Which one of these vehicles was your favorite and why? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Thanks for watching.